Hi there, everybody. Seems like I almost always go live from my car, probably because I spend a lot of time in my car. I just want to share a quick word with you, something that that God has had on my heart for at least the last 24 hours. And yes, I could probably preach a whole sermon on it, but I'm just going to share about 2 minutes of encouragement for you today. And that encouragement is, don't abort the pregnancy, give birth to the promise. And so what I want to tell you is this, is that many of us are in a similar season, in that we are in the process of birthing something significant in our homes, something significant in our relationships, something significant in our businesses, something significant in our health, something significant in our finances. Doesn't matter what it is. Many of us are in a similar season in that we are in the process of birthing something significant in our lives. So in other words, the time of the pregnancy, the gestation period is not over yet. And we live in a society where we want immediate results so badly because this is what we're promised in social media. So, just do these 3 steps and, watch your Instagram following go from 0 to 10,000. Or just do this diet and lose 50 pounds in 1 month. Or the examples go on and on and on and on. The reality is that a full-grown human being takes between 9 and 10 months in its mother's womb to come to full maturation before the mother can begin the birthing or begin, the delivery process. Okay. Yes, there are some children that are born just shy of that. Some of them are born premature, but they did not fully maturate. They did not fully mature, and then sometimes they have a hard time maturing outside of the womb because they should have matured inside the womb. And we won't even go into all of that entails. But here's what I want to say: some of us are in a season of birthing something significant in our lives. Some of us are only in month 2 of gestation. Some of us are in month 5 of gestation. Some of us are in month 7 of gestation, and we're just tired because carrying this baby has been hard. Walking around with, all of this weight in front of you and your back is aching. If you've ever been a pregnant mom, you know exactly what I'm talking about. By about month 7 or 8, you are ready to get that baby out of you. But it still has some more growing, some more maturation to do. So I'm sorry, in Texas, my nose itches sometimes because of the allergens in the air. Anyway, so sometimes in that process, we question ourselves. We question, am I doing the right thing? Am I taking the right steps? Am I being obedient? Am I doing this right? Am I doing that right? Am I not doing this? Am I failing to do this? And so personally, I've been asking myself those questions for about 1.5 years. And over the last couple of months, God has gently been speaking to me, Dawn, you're on the right path. You're not doing anything wrong. This is just taking a lot longer than you thought it would take. And the reason it's taking a lot longer than I thought it would take is because there are some significant lessons that I am learning in the journey. And those lessons are so vital. They are so important that when I deliver the promised baby, that the child will be, or the promise will be fully matured. If I give birth to it now, it's going to be premature. I'm not going to be able to So right now, I am in the process of birthing several things simultaneously. In my finances, in my businesses, in my own health and wellness, in my own spiritual, mental, and emotional well-being. Like there are what do I want to say? There is a multiplicity of things that I am in the process right now of birthing, if that makes sense. And some of them seem like they're taking forever. And so the tendency is when something takes too long, we just want to give up. We either question ourselves whether we're doing the right thing, or we say, this is too hard, the road is too long, I can't do this, and we throw in the towel. Now, I'm not saying, there may be some of you that are listening to me Maybe there are some areas that you need to tighten up. Maybe there are some areas where you need to seek God's wisdom. Maybe there are some areas where you need to seek man's counsel and get some additional knowledge and skills. Maybe that's true for some of you. But for those of you that have been questioning yourself and you have diligently done everything that God has asked you to do, and He is saying to you, simply don't give up. This is your encouragement today. Don't give up. Do not abort the pregnancy. If you do, you will abort the baby that you are trying to birth. You will kill off the significant thing that God has placed in your life that you are supposed to give birth to. So here's the reality. Sometimes the birthing season is not the same as it is for a child. So for a child, it's 9 to 10 months, right? Sometimes some of the things that we are birthing are so significant, they take 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. And we go, oh my God, when is this going to happen? When am I going to see the promise? But I want you to look back. I want you to look back over the last year. And this is what God asked me to do just recently. He says, I was complaining that part of this has just taken too long. And He says, I want you to look back 12 months ago from today, Dawn. He says, what do you see that's different? And I was able to thank Him for so many improvements, so many milestones of improvement, of growth, of stability, of forward momentum. No, it hasn't been that huge leap and bound that I was hoping for, but it has been significant. It has been from where I was a year ago to where I am today in some of those areas. There has been amazing, supernatural, phenomenal growth. It's just that it doesn't always look the way we thought it should look. It doesn't always turn up in the way we thought it should turn up. So this is your encouragement today. Do not abort the pregnancy and do not kill off the promise. If it's taking longer than you thought it would, here's the reason why. There are lessons in the journey. There are lessons in the process. There are lessons of maturation, of growth, of stability in you that God is wanting to mature so that when you give birth to the promise, you're able to, you have the capacity to hold it. You have the capacity to hold the promise in your arms, if that makes sense, okay? All right, like I said, I could have prepared an entire sermon and preach for 45 minutes, but that's just the encouragement I want to give you guys today. Mwah. I hope you guys are having a great day. Oh, and by the way, if you are one of my coaching clients, or if you need to be one of my coaching clients, if you have some weight that you need to drop, and I'm talking physical weight, I want to remind you that that process takes time also. Far too often we expect immediate, instantaneous results for something that we have been struggling with for years. So if you have an area, you know what, I wasn't going to say this, but now I am. If you have an area of needed growth, if you have an area of stronghold or deliverance, or I don't know. Let's say that you have a habit of cursing all the time and you've been cursing for 20 years. You know what? You might not be able to go cold turkey. You might have to go through a process. So I just want to encourage you that sometimes when we want to see growth or change in an area where God is challenging us, the fact that we're seeing some significant progress is amazing, and we need to give thanks for that. Because the reality is, if you have struggled with something for 20 years, the likelihood of you being delivered of it immediately is not probable. I'm not saying God can't do that, but I'm just saying that's not usually how it works. God usually takes you through a process of maturation. He usually takes you through a process of growth to reach that level of complete deliverance, of complete freedom, of complete abundance and health and wealth, if that makes sense, okay? All right, I am done babbling. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Mwah.